wonderful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and if you haven't been here before, I live a whole food, plant-exclusive, SOFAs-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. And today I want to bring you along while I make red lentil patties. So these red lentil patties are going to have some other ingredients in them, and I'm excited to share this crookneck squash that I have, compliments of a dear friend who gave this to me out of her garden. She grew this, oh my goodness, and it is just beautiful, and I feel so privileged. I'm going to use this in our patties today, but if you don't have access to a crookneck squash, just use a zucchini squash. You could use yellow or green, or would really be nice to mix them both. And all the skins on those three, this one and the yellow and green zucchini, we're gonna include, so they're fine to use. And I just gotta tell you, I get so excited in the kitchen, it makes me wanna like rock out, but one of the first things I did when I brought this home was, woo! Just play around with the food is so fun. It's such a gift. So anyhow, I'm not going to use the whole thing in this recipe. I'm going to use part of it, and I will use the rest for another recipe. And so I've already washed it, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut some of it, and I'm going to weigh it right here. So I'm going to just cut right through. And look at that. See, just this beautiful yellowish color. I'm going to put that piece aside. And I do want to cut this little end off here. And then I want to, put my scale on, weigh this, and then we're going to talk about this recipe. And this is perfect. This is just under 15 ounces. I was thinking between 14 and 15 ounces, which is probably the equivalent of 2 zucchini. So you could use a green and a yellow if you wanted to. Anyways, I'm going to set this aside, and I've got my little piece that I'll put in my veggie broth. And so what I want to do is I want to start my steamer behind here. I went ahead and put water in the bottom of it. And I've got this steamer, and I'm just going to cut up the squash, and I already have one red onion chopped up. And I'm going to put those two things, and I'm just going to give them a gentle steam. So while that's getting hot, I'm going to chop this up, and let's see, what's the best way to chop this? Maybe I'll cut it in half, and then cut this down the middle, and then maybe this way. There's so many different ways I could do it. I guess I'll do it this way because I do want them to be kind of smaller cut pieces. And so let's do that. And let's see. So however you want to cut it, as long as you're careful and you get it into like some smaller pieces, that would be great. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut these even a little bit more than what I just did. I'm going to cut them this way. And there we go. There we go. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. You could cut them smaller if you want. I mean, I guess maybe we could, you know what I might do? I might actually just cut these in half again and make it more of a larger diced size. How about that? Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I go live or post new videos. And give this a thumbs up. I would love to have your support. And if you already have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I do really, really appreciate your support. And I'd love to also chat with you. So if there's anything that you'd like to talk about, maybe make a suggestion or a comment, please leave it below and I will respond quickly. So I'm just going to continue to chop these up a little bit smaller than I originally thought I was going to do. Now I'm always looking for new ways to increase or bring in more beans and lentils into my diet. And so, you know, making a patty can always be fun to do with lentils. You can put in all these different other components that will bring in a lot of flavor. And so I'm excited for us to try this. Now let me get the other one sliced up here. Okay, so here we go. We have it all chopped up and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and place it in the bowl with the onions and then set it in the steamer for just a little bit. Let's get one of these other scrapers that I have. These are one of my favorite tools. I have this one that I always use, but it's got some chives on it. And so my daughter brought me this one back from Japan, actually. It's a little bit smaller. I'll show you the comparison, but I just love having these. And so this one that she brought is a stainless steel one, whereas the one that I'm currently using, I don't believe it is. I'll see if I could find this, and if so, I could link it in the description in case you're interested in checking it out. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead now, and we can see the water is boiling, so this is ready to go. I'm gonna carefully and gently remove the lid and pour in both the onions and the squash. Trying to get every little last drop without using my spatula. I kind of just used my hands. And we're just gonna let this go for about maybe like a good 5 minutes or so. In the meantime, I'm going to show you that I have these red lentils right here. I had them soaking overnight, actually for 2 nights, and you could soak them for 12 hours up to 2 days, which is what I did. And then in between your soaking time, maybe every 12 hours or so, go ahead and rinse them and then put fresh water, put them back in a container with a lid and put it in the refrigerator. If you really don't have time for all of that, you could use hot water and put the hot water in with the lentils and let them soak for about 30 minutes. So I've already drained these and rinsed them. And I am going to go ahead. I wonder which bowl I should actually use. I was going to use this bowl, but I think for the purposes, I'm actually going to get a larger bowl. So let me grab that. I think this will work a lot better. So let's go ahead and just dump these. And like I said, these have only been soaking. They have not been cooked. And so just want to get all of them out of here. Let's see. Okay, so let me set this aside. Okay, and so what I want to do is I am going to go ahead and take out my immersion blender. If you haven't seen my immersion blender comparison video, I'll link it here and you can check it out. It took me a while to figure out which one was going to work for me, but I finally had decided, and I'm going to go ahead and plug that in, and I'm going to start to blend these up. Now the thing with the red lentils is the red lentils are a lot softer. When you cook them, they get more like a mushy or a creamy versus the green or the black lentils, the darker lentils, the brown, they tend to hold their shape better. So I like to use those in maybe like a lentil taco. But so we're gonna blend these up. And so let me just plug this in. Now, if you don't have an immersion blender, you could, I wonder if you could use this in the NutriBullet or another blending mechanism. Now, I haven't tried it, but I'm sure there are ways to do it if you didn't have one of these. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and turn it on. All right, now I just see that there are some that are still formed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab my spatula and scrape the sides and just blend it one little bit longer. This spatula is the best spatula ever. Look how it goes right underneath. I just love this spatula for getting under blades in all of my small appliances. It is pretty great. So if you haven't seen this one, I'll link it below. Check it out, because as much as I love this guy, for the blades, this one is the way to go. Okay, so let's take a check over here at these. This is pretty hot. Yeah, and I think that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna turn that off, and I'm just gonna, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add this into our lentils. Now, I feel like I may have put too much in here for the lentils. So I'm gonna do half and just kind of see how that looks when it's mixed up. And we just wanna kind of mix this all up here. Yeah, I almost feel like half of the amount would be better for this amount of lentils. So I might just end up making more, soaking some extra lentils and adding the rest in that. So I also want to add to this, I have some, these are chives, these are garlic chives, and these chives I actually grew in my garden. If you can't find garlic chives, you can use any chives. If you don't like chives, you can use the small scallion onion. Any of that would be really fantastic in here. And then I'm also going to add some cilantro. This is chopped cilantro. Look, if you don't like cilantro, then use parsley. Either one will work. And then just go ahead and continue to incorporate this. And then we're gonna add some seasonings, some spices. And what I have here is, I have some turmeric, which you can use fresh, and I do enjoy using fresh. And I have some no salt seasoning. You can use any no salt seasoning. And then over here, I have some cayenne pepper to give it a little spicy spice. Now, if you really like spice, you can take out the cayenne and you can put in chili powder, or you can put in red pepper flakes, or even slice up any kind of very tiny. I would dice up like a jalapeno or a habanero. In our case, we have a serrano plant, so we would use the serrano pepper. And just put that all in there and mix it up. And there you go. Now, the last thing I want to use in here is a little bit of lemon juice. Well, I sometimes, and I have had lots of lemon from our tree, and I've also been gifted some lemon from friends' trees, and sometimes, you know, I share it with people that I can, but if I still have an abundance of them, you can actually take the whole lemon and put it in the freezer. Some people enjoy cutting them and squeezing them and putting the juice in like an ice cube tray and then going ahead and freezing it. Then you know each ice cube little tray, little like square is about a tablespoon or so. But I went ahead and put the whole thing in the freezer and I took it out and it's just been sitting out a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to zest the top of this. And it's thawed a little bit, and so I'm gonna add some lemon zest. This is a microplane that I'm using, and I'm just going along the top of the skin in one direction, and I'm not, you know, sawing back and forth. And the reason why I personally don't do that is because you'll get the white pithy part that's right underneath the zest, and it can be, you know, it changed the flavor and can be not as, you know, a robust lemony flavor. I'm sure if you wanted, you could use lime as well. Lime is really great. I like lime because lime tends to not have seeds. And so that's always fun and easy. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this lemon now in half. You can see what a previously frozen and then thawed lemon looks like in the middle. And it does look a little wet, looks a little different, but it's still lemony. And so I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze a little bit of juice in there. And oh, look at that. So it's still kind of, look at it, it's almost like a slushy. It's not completely thawed out. So I guess I'm not gonna squeeze it at all, but I am just gonna kind of peel out some of that. That's interesting. I thought it was a little more thawed, but that's okay. No big deal. You know, you can also buy lemon juice in like bottles ready to go, and I have done that in the past, and that's always kind of nice and convenient. So anyways, I'm gonna set the rest of this aside. We're gonna mix this up a little bit more, and we're gonna be ready to make our patties. All right, so let's just rinse my fingers off. And I am really excited to try a new thing that I got. I have this electric little, it's actually meant for crepes. And I've been having some trouble with, you know, cooking certain things in my stainless steel where they're sticking a little bit. And so I thought we would try this. I've never tried this before. I did wash the top. It's electric. I'm gonna plug it in. And I thought, let's make some patties together. Let's use this together. I also was in the market for a new spatula, so I have these two, and we're gonna try them both, and then we'll talk about which one I think is great, and we can go from there. So let me plug this in. And now I'm gonna go ahead, there are 5 little speeds, or I don't know, I guess they're not speeds. I'm gonna put it on 3, I guess heat settings, and I'm turning it on. And while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and take my rings off, and we're gonna start making some patties. And I can't wait to get this in there and see how this works. So I'm just gonna put these in my pocket for now, and you can always use gloves, kitchen gloves if you'd prefer, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And I'm gonna just take some of this, and I'm gonna form it into a patty. I think I'll take a little bit more than that. And these aren't measured or weighed, it's just kind of eyeball what kind of size of a patty you would like. And there you go, look at that. This is gonna be my patty. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm just gonna make a few of these until we let that get hot. Now, if you have made a lentil patty before, please share. What do you put in yours? Do you do anything like what I'm doing? Do you just kind of keep them pretty, simple, even simpler? I mean, I think this is pretty simple, but even simpler. I thought about adding mushrooms to this, but there is a water content in mushrooms. So if you cooked the mushrooms first a little bit or steamed them like we did with the onions and zucchini, I wonder if, getting a little bit of that out, liquid out, would be beneficial to keeping the patty and adding more flavor, keeping the patty from not being so wet. So anyways, these are kind of small patties. Maybe I'll make them a little bigger. Now, some people have used, in the past, maybe you used to make hamburger patties and you have like a hamburger press. I bet that would be really good to put in here, but mine are much, much thinner than that. And so if you decided to do something like that or make it thicker, you just have to make sure that you get it cooked. You want to cook these down really well. Let me rinse my hands and check the temperature. And let's just do this. Do a little splash. Yep, look at that. Ready to roll. Okay, so we are going to try something. I hope it doesn't stick. There we go. I'm going to actually turn it down to 2 just because I have no idea. I'm going to add this one here. Look at that. And this one right there. These look great, don't they? And I'm just going to continue to put these on. And I've got a couple more spots, so let's continue. This one is a little bit thicker. I made some thinner and some thicker just because I'm experimenting with you guys. Look at that. Oh, that looks nice. And I think we have room for one more until these are done. Look at this. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so I have these 2 different spatulas I want to give a try. And I'm going to turn this back between 2 and 3. I had turned it down to 2, but I think I just want to go up a little bit. Maybe I will go closer to 3, just because I'm unfamiliar with this. And I want to make sure that we give it enough time. So maybe I'll just be patient and give it a few more minutes. So let's just hang out. Okay, I didn't get very far. As you can see, the dishes are still here, but I feel like I should check on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with you, and let's see what's happening here. Nice, look at that. That came out good. Let me use this spatula now. Oh, I already know which spatula I like, I could tell. Okay, so I'm gonna go, this spatula is the winner. I'm keeping this spatula. And this is the Tovola spatula. If you're in the market and you want to try it, it's really great because it's a silicone tip here. And this is one piece, which I think is stainless steel. And if you're interested, I can put it in the description. But I could just tell the way that it feels when I flip these that this is going to be a good fit for me. The spatula that I'm replacing was so old and just not good, and I don't think the material was good, and so I'm excited to now have a new one. And look at these. These are coming along great. I really like this electric pan too. Nothing is sticking, and so this is great. Whoops, little piece, got a little jumper here. I'll just kind of smush that back in there. And that's, it's very forgiving. So don't ever be afraid, like if something falls apart, it's fine. Just smush it back together. No one's going to know. What you want to make sure you do, though, is you want to make sure that you cook it thoroughly. That is important. And I think these bigger ones, I am going to let them stay cooking a little bit longer before I flip them over. But, God, this is great. I just love this electric thing. Okay, so there's room for one more patty there. to add on, and I'm gonna just put them right there. And we still have 2 more to add, so I'll come back in a few minutes. Let's see if I get very far this time with the dishes. This seems to be going quickly, and I'm excited to eat it with you. We'll be back. Okay, and so for me, I am gluten-free, and I'm just going to use lettuce for this. I think it would be really great if you wanted to take like a big giant piece of romaine lettuce or butter lettuce or red leaf lettuce, any of those that have kind of the, you know, the big leaves, and then I would wrap this in it, and that would be mine. I don't have any because I chopped it up, so I'm gonna use some already chopped up salad and place it on top. Now, you could crumble it on top if you want, but I also want to be able to use some dip. And for Todd, he is going to be using a pita. So you could use a pita bread, you could use regular bread, you could use a hamburger bun, anything that you would prefer. Sourdough would even be good if you like that kind of thing. So he has this Ezekiel bread, and we keep it in the freezer because he doesn't eat it fast enough. So I'm going to take a slice out, and then I am going to kind of help him thaw that, and then I'll get the salad out. Okay, so here I have some salad that I'm just going to put on my plate. And I bet maybe Todd would want some in his. And we're also at the same time, we're still checking on these. So let's just, that one needs a little more time. But anyways, let's move this off to the side for now. And now, I have some cashew cream, so you could certainly put cashew cream on top of it. You could put some homemade yogurt or store-bought yogurt. If you haven't seen my video on making yogurt, I'll link it here and you can check that out. And I also have some homemade hummus. You could use hummus to spread on it. So anything goes. And I also really like, personally, lemon on my salad, so you could do a dressing. I do have a dressing, and this is starting to squeeze a little bit from the freezer. And I do have a dressing that I could bring out that I made. It's got dill in it, and it's a cashew based. So I'll see if Todd wants that. And yeah, so let me call him in here. Todd. Hi, honey.
Hi. Hi. Hello. These look fantastic.
Yeah, so let's try them. So I've got the pita here for you.
Awesome.
Do you want to cut it open?
Yeah, we'll cut it in half and slide one of those bad boys in there.
Let me get a knife to cut it in half. Whoops. And it looks like there's a little tear here, so why don't we go this way?
Just go right through that tear then.
Yep. And you want to try to open up the pocket.
Sure.
See, if it doesn't open, you know, we recently had some trouble opening it.
Yeah.
I was going to say you could always do it here.
Yeah.
And you don't have to open it if it seems flimsy.
No, that's fine. That's good.
So I have hummus. I have cashew cream. There's some yogurt I can get out. Any of those things, the dill cashew dressing.
I don't know yet. What do these taste like?
Well, I don't know. We have to make them today. Oh, you want to taste it first?
Yeah, let's taste it first.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I was gonna. Okay.
How to supplement it.
Okay, they're not all finished, so let's try this one. We can cut it in half and try it. How about that?
This one's trying to run away.
Okay, I'm gonna put it right here on the cutting board.
All right.
And just to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and put this last guy in here.
There you go. It's a big one.
I know.
It's like a mammoth patty.
A little big. Okay, so hang on.
Pattyzilla.
Pattyzilla. Okay, so let's cut this into, say, quarters. Let's just take a peek.
Quarters sounds very tiny.
Look at that. That looks pretty good.
It does.
I was going to cut it into quarters so I could dip it in different. But
all right. No, do it.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
And then we'll eat them. We'll set our plates up. So, okay, what would you like to try on yours?
My fingers.
Your fingers, you just want it plain? Just to taste it?
I want to taste it first, and then we'll start experimenting.
Okay, let's do it together.
All right, ready? Bon appetit.
Okay. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
That's super good.
I really wished I had put garlic in here.
Yeah,
so
that would be awesome.
That's what I would say. I would change the recipe.
There's a bit of a bang at the end.
There is. There's some bitey.
Yeah.
That's because we put because we put some cayenne pepper.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So you can adjust that. You can do red pepper flakes, or you can skip it if you don't like the heat at all. A mild version would be fine.
Okay, let's try it with some stuff.
Okay, so what do you want first?
Let's
Cashew
try that
cream.
first.
Okay, and I'm gonna do this. It's like a sour cream.
Ready?
Ready, go. Mmm. I love that.
That's really good.
Oh my goodness, that is happening for me.
That's really good.
How do we explain this? Besides the heat, I mean, the lentil patties, I really like them. There was a lot of, I don't know if I could say, oh, I taste all these individual components, you know, like the onion and the crookneck squash that we put in there.
Oh yeah, that big long squash.
Yeah, but you know, and all of the leaves that we put in here, and I mean, it just had a beautiful taste, but it was a little hello at the end.
Yeah. No, so I think the garlic would be a good call on the patties. The inclusion or the addition of the cashew cream just gave it a nice, kind of like Indian food with yogurt.
Round it out,
yeah,
yes.
it kind of smoothed out the flavors, and it was good, super good.
Yeah.
What else you got over there?
Yeah, so I've got two more things, but one of them I have to go get. So let's start with the hummus. Let's start with some hummus.
Let's do that.
Okay, so I might, I'm going to break mine again just because I want to try one more. Although we have more patties.
That's okay.
I don't know if this is too much hummus for you.
We'll find out in a second.
Okay, so let me put a little bit more on mine. And this is a homemade hummus that we made here.
This is really good.
Okay, ready? Ching.
It's good.
It's good, but I like the cashew cream better.
Too. The hummus is a very powerful flavor.
Yeah, and I put a lot on the little piece, so maybe if you did that, but it was really good.
The hummus is good. I like the hummus, but it takes away, I think, from the patty. This is a nice accompaniment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So, okay.
All right, what else you got?
All right, I got one more. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a little bit of some plant-based yogurt here, so let's try that.
All right.
Where's your piece?
My piece is right here.
Okay, so this might be a lot.
That's going to be a lot for just this wee tiny piece.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, okay.
Or we could get more. No, how's that? You want more?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Ching.
Ching. Nope.
Yep.
This is it.
Cashew cream.
Cashew
I mean, that's
cream.
good too.
Yeah.
But that's a little...
Yummy.
This is... the cashew... So that's a little bland.
Yeah. Oh, bland.
Compared to the hummus. This is like right in the cashew cream.
Right in the middle. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of water. Well, I would normally use lemon juice, but I'm going to be using the lemon for that.
Okay.
And I would just take some of this hummus and I just would squeeze more lemon or lime to liquefy it a little bit. And I'm going to use it as a salad dressing. And then I'm going to put the patty on top with the cashew cream. Here's some lettuce for you. Go ahead and set yours up, and I'm going to take care of that.
Which of these patties should I... Or
one that's cooked. Okay,
not,
so
not
this
the big one?
Yeah, that one's not cooked yet. So and this one probably needs to be flipped over.
Okay.
But I think the rest of them are probably cooked. So
Sweet.
any other one that's calling to you.
Hello. This one called.
Okay, so you know I am going to try. Ooh, there. Look, see, I thought we weren't going to have any lemon juice, but here I was wrong. Let's just take some of this. And that's one nice thing about sauces and hummuses is that if you want it to be more of a dressing and not so thick, just add a little liquid to it. And that's just like, see, and here we go. Oh, you know, we did have another dressing. Did you want me to get that dill dressing out to try with these?
No, I'm good.
Oh, and you decided to put it on top.
Well, that's just where I put it because it was burning my fingers.
Okay, so did you want, I have some tomatoes over there, or this is just some random salad. Do you want to sprinkle on top, or what are you going to do? You
know, just for the sake of simplicity, I think I'll just do this, and then...
You're not going to put even this?
Oh, yeah, I'll put some of that on there.
Okay, go ahead. That's a good call. Okay, and I am so excited. I really want to do a big leaf and wrap it. Wrap a big leaf on here. Okay. I'm going to go with this middle patty. Oh, man, this looks great.
This bad boy right up. There you go.
Okay, so let's try this.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Oh, my gosh. My fork.
Wait, we need a fork.
Okay, got it, got it. Here we go.
All right.
You're going to try a sandwich version.
Wow, this is going to be exciting.
I'm going to try the salad version. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Go. I love it. I love it.
So good.
And there's so many things we could do to it, you know, to add to sandwich it up or, oh my gosh. But I am really excited. So thank you for trying this. What do you want to say about the flavors or anything in a sandwich?
It's really good. I would actually do it without the pita.
You would?
I would. I think the pita takes away from it.
Oh, then why don't you take half of it off?
I'll take this half off. Yeah, I'll just save that for either the second one or eat it separately.
Yeah.
These are really hot.
So try it now one more time.
Okay.
With only a half. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us again. We truly appreciate it. Let us know if you would like to try these. If you do, what your thoughts are, if you'd add anything or do anything different. Don't forget to eat your greens. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We got to go eat now. I'm so super
awesome.
hungry. Okay, let's hit it.